Ah, we are here.
Oh, we are live.
We
Hello.
We're live.
So how is everybody? Oh, good. I've got my little hoodie on today because it is a bit cold.
It is very cold. And I decided that I wanted to put on a new headband. So I really like this one. What do you think?
I call it your D&G one. It's not D&G, but it looks
No.
like D&G to me. Pink with that sort of gold trim.
No, it's not quite D&G, but yeah.
There we go. Try that. So this is a new one. So we've just been trying actually the Starbucks new drinks. Well, I say new ones. We were going to do a review, but I thought we'll do it on live. This is oat milk, honey and hazelnut.
Is it honey and hazelnut? For some reason, I thought it was honey and ginger.
So for anyone who didn't understand that, oat milk, honey and hazelnut. Try it. It's decaf.
I've got my Lipsil on.
That's all right. You do it. I'm not so sure. You can taste the honey. It's very sweet though.
I don't find it very sweet. I actually find it quite pleasant. No?
Not bad. I wouldn't order it again.
You wouldn't order it again. You don't find it that pleasant.
But it's all right. It's not too bad. You've gone for your usual. A masher one. Is that the big one?
I deserve it.
But we also got some additional little treats. Now, Starbucks have started to do a much wider plant-based range.
They have.
So we've got a couple of the plant-based range just to give a try, just for you guys exclusively. So what have we got?
We have got...
Let's grab the box. So this, like I said, this is a couple from the plant-based range. Now, during the Halloween season, they did do the pumpkin spice cookie, which was really nice, but they've stopped doing that now, obviously, because it's a seasonal thing. Now they've got this, which is the plant-based. Can you see that?
Right. So one is the date plant-based cookie, and the other one is a chocolate fudge plant-based muffin. So what is it? Yeah, caramel and date plant-based cookie and chocolate and caramel muffin.
Now I was going to say, I didn't realize you got the muffin, because the date one I was really looking forward to having, because I'm thinking it's going to taste like sticky toffee pudding. I'm hoping that with the caramel, but your one looks very sort of sticky. It
does. It looks really sticky. I was going to go for the cherry one. They do a cherry Danish, I think it was, with linseeds. And then I was going to get both of them, and then I thought, do you know what? I'll save that one for the next time, for Tuesday, let's say.
Okay.
So today I've got the muffin.
Okay.
And I thought we would try the muffin. Do you want to try your?
So let's try. I bet you can try a bit of this as well.
Okay.
Right. So this is the date and caramel. Is it date and caramel?
Yes, date and caramel.
Date and caramel cookie. Nice little thick range. That does look quite thick, with the little dates inside it. So let's give that a little go.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Break it in the box. So
there you go.
Just so it doesn't go everywhere.
You grab a bit. It's very crumbly, actually.
It's very soft.
Yeah.
I'm not really a date person, but I'm going to give it a go.
There we go.
So there we go.
I like that. That's really nice.
Better than the pumpkin?
No. But I love the pumpkin. But it's almost like a cookie dough. That's really nice. That softness. It's got a really nice softness to it.
Now, I'm just going to show you.
Oh, wow.
The inside of this cupcake.
Look at that. That is really, really gooey.
Yeah. I'm just trying to get it to focus a little bit. And there you go. So that's the muffin. So there we go.
All right, let me try a little bit. I'm not sure I'm gonna like this.
No, I can imagine it being hideous.
Well, no, I'm trying to make sure, because I'm not a big fan of big caramel. But here we go anyway. Just grab it.
I'm thinking, since when? Try and grab a piece. Okay.
Here we go.
Ching ching. It's quite dense, I feel.
It's very dense. But
it's not dry.
No. Quite the opposite. That's really moist. Me, personally, I'm not sure it needs the fudge in the middle. That's my personal opinion.
I feel like it's missing something. Does that make sense?
Yeah, do you know what? That would be nice if it was like a choc orange.
I don't know if it's not bad at all by any stretch, but I don't think it's something that I would order again.
Can I try that a little bit?
Mm-hmm.
Trouble is, I've got nothing to cleanse my palate. I've just got sugar on sugar, but here we are.
Your water's just there.
Oh, yeah, I could do. It's not bad. Okay, it's not a strong chocolate flavour, though.
No, and I feel that there's something missing.
I know what you mean. It's not the best muffin I've ever had.
I don't really like muffins anyway. There are some muffins that I do like. And Starbucks tend to do really good muffins.
They do.
They did a few years back, but then they changed. This is the problem with Starbucks. Not with Starbucks in general, but this particular is my bugbear with Starbucks. Years ago, they used to do a lovely lemon loaf. They did an orange muffin. They did a lemon curd muffin. It was really, really good. Then they changed suppliers.
Is that right?
Yeah, they changed suppliers. So now their lemon loaf is no longer the same as the old lemon loaf. And I went in one day and I goes, oh, this is not the same lemon loaf. She goes, no, we've changed suppliers.
Oh, that's how you knew. I thought.
And I was just like, oh no. And so all the good stuff that they used to do, don't get me wrong, they still do good stuff. For me, the bakery section, like the cakes and stuff, aren't as good as they used to be. Like they used to do great muffins, like really good. I'm like I said, I'm not really a muffin person, but Starbucks back in the day, I would specifically go and get their muffins because I thought their muffins were brilliant, better than all the other muffins because I'm not a muffin person.
Now I used to like. I haven't had it for a while, but their blueberry muffin that was really nice. I've not tried the latest one, but years ago I always have a muffin and a cinnamon swirl, which is another one of my favorites with a coffee. That is delicious. But I was going to say with the new range, I haven't tried. However, these new plant-based cookies which they're doing, which I've just munched away, I was going to show you, but it's gone. Really, really good. I do like that cookie. It's very, very soft. So if you like a soft cookie, this is for you. It's almost verging on cookie dough. To me, that feels like it.
Really?
The softness of it.
Do you know, for me, it's a bit different. It verges on cake almost for me, rather than cookie dough.
No, I wouldn't say that. Well, I'll tell you what it tastes like. It's not as hot, but it tastes like it's a cookie just come out the oven. It's that soft. Very pliable, very malleable. I did like that. This one, if you hold it up, as you can see, is actually, although it's not that, it's not dense at all, and it is quite moist. But like I said, I want to say it's lacking flavour. I know that sounds a bit weird, but you are right. It's missing something.
It's missing something, and it's something like an ingredient.
And I can't put my finger on it. All right, let me try water. And now let me try a little bit. This is just an excuse to get more cake. But, right, so I'm going to go for another little bit.
Yeah. I feel that it's missing something. Go on.
For me, I think it's the chocolate. It needs more chocolate. It's not that chocolatey. It's a very... If I close my eyes, as I steal more of your cake, I would never guess that was chocolate until you told me.
Now, I like the crunchy bits at the top of the muffin. I think the crunchy bits, so these bits at the top of the muffin, I really like them. I think they're quite nice. But the muffin itself, I wouldn't get this muffin again.
No?
No.
Well, there you have it. That's our review on the plant-based one. So these are the two new plant-based, two of the new plant-based
options.
I was going to say desserts, but not really desserts, cakes, I suppose, from Starbucks. Again, like I said, the muffin one, I agree with Kelly. The chocolate muffin one is missing something. The other one, which the name escapes me, So yeah, it's
date and caramel.
Date. So that the caramel and date one is nice. I would never guess it was date. It almost tastes like orange in there. It tastes like orange pieces to me. But yeah, that's a chocolate and caramel muffin, plant-based. Yeah, the caramel and date one as well. I did like that. Not as good as the pumpkin one, but I would recommend. That would be my recommendation out of the two thus far. We will try 2 more on Tuesday from the plant-based menu, but my recommendation so far is the cookie.
Right. I didn't much like the cookie. I thought it was only okay.
Yeah.
Of all the little treats that Starbucks has done, I've got to say it was the raspberry and white chocolate.
Oh yes, that cake,
blondie.
The blondie, that was so good. If you ever get a chance to do that, and I think they still do it, go for the raspberry and white chocolate blondie. It is really from Starbucks.
It's really, really good. They don't do it single anymore. They only do it in the trio.
Buy the trio then, and just make sure you have that one of the 3.
Yeah, the trio, and in the trio, one is an Oreo brownie, and then I think they have a chocolate brownie, and then the other one is the white chocolate and raspberry blondie. And I have to say, it's really, really good.
Yeah,
it's really good.
That I agree with. That's one of the best cakes we bought. If you might see from one of our lives before, we did actually buy the trio pack, and we tried all 3 cakes in the trio pack. And by far, Kelly and my favourites was the white chocolate and raspberry one. That was the best one we did. The plant-based pumpkin one, which is now no longer available. It was available around Halloween, so around October time. That was fantastic, and I used to order that each and every time. Then they stopped doing that. Hey, Mark!
Hey, Mark!
How are you?
I hope you're well.
Yeah, how are things? I'm glad to see you back on.
Hey.
We're just doing a little food review, as we always do, on Starbucks' new cakes.
As you know.
Yeah, as you know. So I wolfed down the plant-based, I keep forgetting what it is, the caramel and date cookie. And Kelly's just had the chocolate and caramel plant-based muffin, which is there. So our results are, we liked the caramel cookie, but we thought it was okay. Weren't such a big fan of the chocolate one. It is not very chocolatey, but could do better. We will try 2 of the other ranges on Tuesday. So we try not to have too many cakes in one go.
Yeah.
I also had one of the new drinks. So this one, although it looks like a regular coffee, it's pointless me showing it because it looks like any other coffee. However, this is the oat milk, honey and hazelnut. So they've got, with their oat milk drinks, they have now got honey and hazelnut, and they've got now, is it strawberries and cream? Strawberries and something.
Strawberry and vanilla?
Strawberry and vanilla.
Yeah, I think it might be strawberry.
So I've not tried it. So this is the hazelnut and honey. It's okay. I wouldn't recommend it. It's got a very weird taste to it. It does taste a bit like honey. If anybody's ever had mead, it does taste a bit like that, but it's not. It's just like very much like if you were to add lots of honey to it. Obviously, as well, this hasn't got honey in it. It probably is just flavorings, but it is very sweet.
I thought it was okay. I didn't mind it so much. I'm not really a coffee drinker, bar frappuccinos.
Yeah. Would I order that again? No.
Right.
Would you order the muffin again?
I wouldn't order any of them again.
Wouldn't you? No, I would do the cookie.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't order the cookie.
I would do the cookie, but yeah, unfortunately, so not a great review, but we are always open and honest about our reviews. If we don't like it, we will say. We won't just say yes for the sake of it. And of course, we are not sponsored by any of the products.
No, we're not.
Review. But anyway, there we have it. That is our one review. One other thing I want to say actually is, well, Mark, Happy New Year, by the way.
I was about to say Happy New Year.
We didn't say Happy New Year. We're very, very sorry. And Happy New Year to everybody who's
We did on WhatsApp, though.
Oh, yeah, we did, yes.
We did on WhatsApp.
But I've not said personally
what
Happy New Year. So Happy New Year to everybody that we haven't said Happy New Year to before. So one of the other things hang on. Mark said, I'm good. Rob's good. Nasha's not well, and I'm going to cry no more. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. How's 2022 for you both? Well, you can go first.
It's been all right, you know. It's been treating me well so far. How about you?
Good, actually. Oh, and Tanika, hi guys. Just passing through for a little while as I'm ill with COVID. Oh no. So I haven't got much energy, but Happy New Year. And Lidl's do the nicest sweet roll, strawberry and clotted cream.
Ooh.
So that we will have to try. Thank you. And I'm really sorry to hear you're not well,
Yeah.
Teresa. I hope you recover well soon. there's a lot of COVID about. Actually, I know quite a few people who have COVID.
Few of my family members. I say couple, actually, a few of my family members. Oh, I'm just trying to think. There's about 4 or 5 of them that have had COVID. And a couple of my friends have had COVID. A few of your friends have had COVID.
Yeah, exactly. So we, like I said, I do hope you do a speedy recovery. But thank you for joining us, and Happy New Year to you as well. But yeah, so far 2022 has been okay for us.
Not for the people who got COVID.
No, not for people who got COVID. Unfortunately,
I'm so sorry that the new year started that way. But hopefully, after that, things are going to pick up.
Yeah,
I hope.
Well, this is what we were saying this in 2021, but we will hope that it will pick up and hope it's better. Oh, yeah. Mark said, my friend double jabbed and boosted and has had COVID twice.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of people funny you should say that, actually. That some of the people I know have had a double jabbed and had the booster and had COVID and suffer from it quite badly. Oh, hello from Susan as well, joining us. So what was I going to say? Yeah, so I know what it's like. It's very difficult to sort of understand those sort of things, really, because when you've got your double jabbed and you've had your booster, I say your booster thing is as well, and then you get COVID as well. That is just rotten luck, really. I'm hoping that it just obviously just suppresses it slightly, but yeah, I'm really sorry to hear about that as well. But like I said, I wish you all a speedy recovery. For those of you who have COVID as well, take it easy, do rest up, and drink lots of fluid.
I can't impress enough, because I had COVID early last year. Please drink plenty of water. Your body's dehydrating because it's purging everything. So and your body's going through a type of dehydration. So please, plenty of water. Plenty of fluids.
So, Mark, tell us and everybody as well, what did you get for Christmas? Did anybody get anything really, really nice for Christmas? Please do let us know in the comments what you got. Be interesting to see what you did actually get for Christmas. And also as well, did anybody do anything nice for the new year?
Yeah. Or did anything special happen for you at Christmas? So maybe you didn't get a gift, but whatever specialness happened was the gift. Does that make sense? So did anything special happen for your new year? Did anything special happen for Christmas that you considered was a gift and just thought, oh, do you know what? I'm liking how this new year is going to go. Do you know what I mean?
As you can see, I've still got the decks up. I cannot be bothered to take them down. So I will probably do
the decks.
I know. Like them. But do you know what? Actually, the view you guys are seeing is the view that my work colleagues see when I'm on Teams meetings as well. So you'll see the exact same thing that you guys are seeing. And I do get a lot of comments for that. You still got your decks up. I was like, yeah. It's only today they were supposed to come down. I've just left them up. I'll probably take them down this weekend. But yeah, it does add a lot of pizzazz actually to the background. We should decorate this more, I think, just during the year anyway.
During the year, yeah.
Because it's so plain. And of course, that's the background you guys see. For those of you who haven't seen and are seeing the bottles, you might be wondering what the bottles are. Well, those are Kelly's. I'll let you explain.
Flavoured Baileys. So they're all my flavoured Baileys. So I've actually put one of our little decks have fallen down, but I've actually put another Hotel Chocolat in front of them. But at the moment, the flavours are salted caramel, velvet.
Red velvet.
Red velvet.
Do you want me to do it?
Yeah.
All right. So you've got. Yeah, I'm afraid our decks are falling down. That's a sign that they need to go.
And then I put the thing in front of it. Yeah.
There we go. So you've got the chocolate Lux. That's double chocolate, regular Bailey's thing. That is orange truffle flavour. Then we've got birthday cake flavour. Yeah, you heard it. Birthday cake flavour. Pina colada, strawberries and cream. That's apple pie flavour. Yeah. That's right, apple pie in a Bailey's, red velvet cupcake, and last but not least is a salted caramel, the scrumptious salted caramel.
I'm looking forward, though, I've got to say, pina colada, because that's my favourite drink.
There you go. All of those unopened. Tanika said thank you. So, we're welcome, and I hope you do feel better soon. Mark said holiday off. Oh, no, the holiday's off. Nasha to Tenerife got aftershave money, clothes boxes, and tropical fish. Tanika said, I got a special diffuser for curly hair, which I can't wait to try better, and some body shop perfume called Black Ode.
I'm thinking, do you know what? I've got a diffuser. I don't really dry my hair that often, to be quite honest. I let it dry naturally. But sometimes when I am, you know, needing my hair, so say if I wasn't well or something like that, that's the time that I would probably use my diffuser if I've washed my hair and I don't want to have wet hair and things like that. But I pretty much let my hair dry by itself. But I do really want to try and get a style together where I'm using my diffuser, if that makes sense. I just need to, I don't pay a lot of attention, I suppose, to my hair and things like that. I don't really take the time over it. I feel like, you know, when I just want to get up, wash my hair and go, I feel like I don't want to, you know, spend so much time. But there are times when I do. There are times when I'll dry it straight. I'll spend a little bit of time on it or something like that. But even though I've got one of those hot air brushes, and I've got a hot airbrush and a hot brush, but my hair doesn't really go that straight. Even when I use a what you call it, GHDs, they don't really go. It doesn't really go that straight. It'll curl at the bottom or whatever. But yeah.
There you go. So I'm interested in your black ode for your body shop. Oh, Ivy, hello.
Hey, Ivy, how are you?
You good? Lovely to see you too. She said, lovely to see us.
Oh, bless you.
We've just seen your little photograph.
This is oh, look at Nasha. He's so good.
We just having a little look. We won't show.
I'm loving the hats, by the way.
Yeah, so you've got very, very festive. Actually, I've got my hat somewhere. I've still got it. Oh, it's over there. So I got this hat I was wearing around Christmas. You can wear it for about 2 minutes before it actually heats up.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah.
There we are.
But I'm just saying, I'm loving that photo. I love that. I love family photos, and I think that's such a lovely family photo.
So it's got the Mickey ears. So it's a Disney one, Mickey ears. But it gets so hot here. I'm gonna have to take it off already.
Yeah.
So my idea of wearing it all Christmas went to pot just purely because it's just so hot. The black oud you were saying for the Body Shop. Funny enough, one of my favourite fragrances is actually Tom Ford Oud Wood.
Yeah,
Oud Wood and a OUD wood. So yeah, interesting to see. Has it got that? If it's got a similar sort of flavour to, or
has it got like a woody flavour?
Yeah, woody scent.
Yeah, woody scent
flavour. What's it? Mark said, Mark, have you watched the new Boba Fett series on Disney? It's good. No, do you know what? We don't have, oh, look at Kelly's face. You're going to upset her now. We don't have Disney Plus. So I wanted to watch The Mandalorian, which I haven't seen yet, or we haven't seen yet.
Yeah, we haven't seen yet.
And I did want to watch the new Boba Fett series as well. Now, the actor, I think, was the one that played the original, not the original Boba Fett in Star Wars, but the one in the I would not say the remakes, episode 1, 2, and 3, who is a Kiwi actor. And I believe it was the same guy in a film called Once Were Warriors. If anybody does get a chance to watch it, I really recommend Once Were Warriors. Very, very sad, but it's actually, it focuses around some Aboriginal people living in Australia. Very, very good thing.
I think it's the same actor that played in Aquaman. He played Aquaman's dad.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, I forget the guy's name, but yeah, he was in that as well. Tanika said, it's wonderful. Quite woody and intense, but sweet. Well, is it unisex or is it just for women? I'll have to have a little look at that. But I do love oud wood. That is my favourite smell. Oh, Georgina, hello.
Hey, Georgina.
Georgina also, see, look at this. Georgina and we are on the same wavelength. Georgina said, also tried the new Starbucks menu today. This is what we're doing today. That's what's left of the...
Careful, it's going to fall.
Of the muffin. I did also have, but I came the cookie.
Of course he did.
Tried the dark cocoa and orange latte, and to qualify for cheaper delivery, the plant-based muffin too. Well, actually, which plant-based muffin did you do? So we did this one. You pick it up.
Because it's only because No, you're dropping it on the floor. The cheek of it.
So we got this is the chocolate and caramel muffin, the plant-based one.
Yeah.
So as you can, that's what's left of it. Obviously, it doesn't look like that when you first have it.
Yeah.
Now we weren't too impressed with this one purely because it's not very chocolatey. It looks it, but it isn't.
I don't feel that it's not chocolatey. I just feel that there's an ingredient missing in there, or ingredients missing in there. And maybe that's because it's plant-based. So maybe, obviously, it's not going to have the same ingredients, obviously.
The chocolate and caramel, that's exactly the same one we had. Now, we've just given our opinion. What did you think, honestly? Did you like it?
Yeah.
Or were you not too fussed on it? I'm interested to hear.
Yeah, and you tried the caramel and date one.
I had the caramel. And this one, what I'm drinking, they've got, normally they just do oat milk latte, which is my favourite. but they've added this one is honey and hazelnut oat milk. They've also got a strawberry and vanilla one, but I went for the hazelnut and honey. It's okay. To me, it's a bit sweet. I wouldn't order it again. Georgie said it was okay, but have a low bar with Starbucks bakery. Ooh,
I say the same thing because they changed suppliers a few years ago. I would say maybe it was around 2015, 2016. They changed suppliers and they haven't been on point since. The only one thing that they did, which I really, really enjoyed, which I've already said, which was the white chocolate and raspberry blondie.
Georgina said, I really enjoyed the latte though. Okay, so that's one to look out for as well. We will keep doing our range.
Was it the cocoa latte?
No,
cocoa. Yeah, the chocolate and caramel one.
No, that's this. That's not the
latte.
Right,
sorry.
The latte, yeah, it was the dark cocoa and orange latte.
Yes, that's one I did mention.
Yeah, you did.
That was the last one on the list, I think. Yeah. So I think we'll. I'll try
I will try the latte one as well. I didn't think much of the. So my recommendation wouldn't be to go for the honey and hazelnut. It was okay, but I wouldn't have it again.
And I felt differently. I thought it was all right. Do you know what I mean? I didn't think it was all that bad, to be quite honest.
So Mark said, "Where did you get your Mickey ears?"
I ordered them online because do you know what?
Ears, sorry.
They are shutting down all the shops. There's only one shop open now. And I don't know if that's on Oxford Street or Bond Street, sort of that area. But I ordered these ones online. I ordered, God, did I order like 8 at once?
Yeah, you did.
I ordered a load at once just before Christmas. And I really liked the look of these ones. What do you think? I really quite liked it. So
Georgina said, so I went to get this because Georgina said, I'm a sucker for anything choc orange.
Me
so
too.
We did manage to get one of these. If you like it, this is Terry's choc orange, if you can see that, but with popping candy. It's a bit crushed.
Yeah,
it's been in my bag, but that's one of your favorites, but with popping candy.
The popping candy one is my favorite. Mark's brother picked this up for me, but I don't know if he picked it up from here or in the States. I've got to be honest, because our one here is normally blue. It's normally blue with a little bit of pink for the popping candy, but this one is yellow, so I don't know if they've just changed the box for this year or whether this is from the States.
Oh, Mark said, I didn't know Mickey and Minnie are twins. Is that true? I thought that was boyfriend. They were boyfriend.
No, they're boyfriend and girlfriend.
Yeah.
As far as I'm aware, they're boyfriend and girlfriend. I'm sure they are.
Yeah, there was another little mini thing I was going to show, but I think I've put it in the kitchen. Right, so we've got a few questions there. So, yeah, you answered that one about the ears.
Mm-hmm.
The only Disney store now in the whole of the UK is in Oxford Street in central London. All other branches have now been closed by Disney, and the reason being, according to the website I was reading, was the fact that they want to move their business online. There will be sales on all the Christmas ears, so do check that out in the Disney store.
A lot of them are sold out now, though.
Georgina said, I assumed it was white chocolate. Look at it in the packaging. No, this one is actually dark chocolate.
It could be white chocolate.
No, I don't think it is. I'm pretty sure that is.
It doesn't say if it's because it's always milk chocolate. It's milk chocolate, and because I've got the white chocolate orange,
but it's from the States, isn't it? That one.
Is it from the States?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's from the States.
Yeah, well, I wasn't sure.
Yeah, because of the date.
Oh yeah, the date.
No, it's made in France. There you go. So it is European.
It's European, but.
Do you remember the Regent Street Disney store? Yes, it was huge. And do you know there used to be when my parents lived in Bath, there used to be a massive one there. That's closed. So pretty much, and there used to be one in South London that I remember. That's closed.
I don't remember the Regent Street. I don't remember the Regent Street one, but I do remember Universal Studios. They used to have a store, Universal Studio store, and I absolutely loved it in there, and it was huge.
Georgina said, and it's true, they had the best Christmas window displays, so it was so sad when it closed. They are married. I got told they were twins, lol, said Mark. Right, now we have a question from Ivy. Ivy said, we want to take our little one to Disney World. Where would you recommend staying in Florida?
You've come to the right place.
This is the person you need to speak.
Let me tell you.
I'm going to sit back and let Kelly take over.
Sesame Street. Right, okay. So it depends on what your budget is, and it depends on what it is that you want. Now, I would always suggest staying on International Drive, and I would also suggest, depending if you're going to do a fly drive or not, your
What's a fly drive?
a fly drive means that you pay for your flight and you get your car included.
Oh, okay.
Right. The only thing that you have to pay for normally is your taxes when you get your car, but the car is essentially free. So you're getting your car with your flight. Now, the problem that I find with fly drives or having a car in Florida is it's good if you're going to travel to, say, Miami or to the Keys or anything else. So if you're going to get a car and you're going to go and check out those places, it is beneficial for you to have a car. However, I feel it is not beneficial to have a car if you're just going to do the parks and, International Drive, let's say, because if you have a car, you have to pay for the parking at the parks. Well, I think that's a bit of a cheat.
And it's about $20 a day.
$20 to $25 a day.
It's expensive. It's very expensive.
So that to me just adds to your budget. If you stay now, the end that I stay at, or that we stay at, is the Point Orlando closest to Convention Center. That is the end I feel to stay at, because in the evening, or just say one day you don't want to do the parks, you're quite tired. They've got like Pirate Crazy Golf close by. They've got the Icon Park close by, which has got the big wheel and it's got like a load of restaurants. There's a little train for the kids.
So I was going to say, think like the London Eye. It's exactly the same thing, but they've got their Orlando version.
Yeah. And then the other side, you've got Point Orlando, which I absolutely love. You've got cinema there.
Yeah, restaurants, bars.
There used to be a huge toy shop, FOA toy shop, but they closed it, which is such a shame. It was such an impressive shop. They've closed that now. But you've got loads of restaurants there. And you've got like a little arcade centre there. We've never really been in there, but no. When you go in, it's like loads of kids stuff to do. And then across the road, they've got something Buster. Dave and Buster, I think it's called. And again, they do sort of like light bites and things like that. But again, it's a little bit like an arcade where you can go and you can play air hockey and all of that type of stuff. So it's really, there's loads to do. And you've got did I say the cinema?
Yeah,
you've got the cinema there as well.
Now, the cinema experience in the US, for those of you who have been, is really, really good, especially there. We've only been to a few cinemas in the US, but I've always been impressed there. You get leather seats and like a sofa, and I'm not kidding you, it is like a sofa. You can recline your seats and go right back. It'll have a little tray, and you are allowed to bring food in. Now, that's not always general. But we have brought food in, and we've never been challenged.
Yeah, we sort of hide it though. We don't make it obvious that we're bringing food in. But there's people that bring in whole food soups in and things like that.
What I'm saying.
You know what I mean? And they sit down and they have their soups. They do serve pizzas though in the cinema.
Yeah, they do. But you're not talking a high grade pizza. This is a frozen pizza that goes through this little machine that then cooks it.
Yeah, but it's still all right for what I feel for the cinema and that. The hotels that I suggest. My suggestion would be on International Drive at the Point Orlando end. Now, depending on the best hotel that I would love to stay at, and we haven't stayed there yet because budget wise, it's a little bit on the pricey side. But I would suggest Embassy Suites. I really, really want to stay there. Embassy Suites.
Nice. We did have breakfast there. Really, really nice breakfast there. It's a buffet breakfast. Now, bear in mind, we went pre-pandemic, so I don't know the situation of the buffets post-pandemic, but the food there was okay. It was actually nice to eat.
But the atrium was amazing as you walked into the hotel, and everything looked so nice. The hotels that we have stayed at, and my suggestion, if you want something really, really reasonable, Avanti. It's not the best hotel or anything like that, but it's really reasonable. The rooms are clean. It's quite nice. If you go poolside, so if your block is, so basically it's made up of I think it's 4 blocks, and in your 4 blocks you have 4 buildings in one block, 4 buildings in another block, 4 buildings in another, and so they make a square, if you like.
And you all overlook a pool, the main pool.
Yeah, so one will overlook a pool, one will overlook the garage and all of that. So some are close to reception, some are far from reception, and all of that type of stuff. They have a laundry service there, not a laundry service, a laundry room that you can use yourself. We've actually done a video on it. If you want to check it out, it's Avanti. We show you the room. And we show you, Mark shows you the laundry where you can do your laundry. That way, if you're there for a couple of weeks, and I would always suggest a couple of weeks, you can then use your room card, go to the laundry room, wash all your stuff. You don't have to bring 2 weeks worth of stuff. Does that make sense?
Do you know what? And that's a really good thing, actually. That's what I did like about Avanti, and the other one you're going to recommend is the fact that they have a laundry room. So what that does mean is, well, I only packed a week's worth of stuff halfway through the holiday, had that all washed, and then just re-wore it. They will have if you check out our video, we do review Avanti and we do review Homewood Suites, which Kelly will talk about in a second. Those are two review. I also review the laundry rooms of both to show you how to use them.
Yeah. Now,
again, that's pre-pandemic.
The thing that I want to mention is both the hotels that I'm about to tell you, they offer free transportation to and from the parks.
Oh, yeah.
So if you want to go, they offer SeaWorld, they offer Universal Studios, and they offer Disney World. I can, if you want me to talk about tickets, I can tell you the best tickets as well. So just let me know, ask me the question, and I'll go on to that. But at the moment, I'll talk to you about hotels because that's what you've asked about. The other place that I'm going to suggest, as Mark said, is Homewood Suites, closest to Convention Centre. Now, bear in mind, if you go on whatever website, bookings.com, Expedia, any of those websites, there's several Homewood Suites along International Drive. There are several Avantis along International. There are several Embassies. So you've got to get the right one. And the one closest to Point Orlando, because there's more things to do at that end of the strip. If you go further down the strip, it's fine. You've got your restaurants and you've got like shops and stuff like that. But there's just not as much to do. Like you won't have the cinema that end. You won't have like all the restaurants that end, but you'll get other restaurants. Do you know what? It just depends on what is comfortable for you. For me, I like to stay at the Point Orlando end because in the evening, I like to go for a little walk. I like to go to the little shops, see what's about.
And we can also recommend some good restaurants there as well.
Yeah. So Homewood Suites. Now, what I love about Homewood Suites is I don't like the fact that it's set back a little bit, but that's by the by. It's set back a little bit from the front of the strip. So it's basically behind Senior Frogs.
Yeah, there's a little restaurant called Senior Frogs.
Yeah, and it's set just behind Senior Frog. Now, what I absolutely love about the Homewood Suites, you have two rooms. So you have it's suites as it sounds. So you have your living room and you have a bedroom. Now, in the living room, there's a kitchen area. Again, we've done a review on Homewood Suites. And what I love about it is if you can't afford to go out to eat every night, there's a Walgreens not too far, and there's a CVS not too far. Go and do your shopping. The room is equipped with pans, with plates, and all of that type of stuff.
Microwave cooker,
fridge, freezer, large fridge, freezer. There's free breakfast. There's a free meal Monday to Thursday in the evening, roughly about 5 o'clock, I think.
At 4 o'clock. Now, you'll probably end up going to the park and skipping the meal. It's a very light meal, so don't expect this great big cuisine. But you will get that as part of your meal.
And it's themed nights, so every night there's a theme. And you get free breakfast with the room, which you don't get with Avanti. You can get breakfast with Avanti. We didn't do it, but you can get it if you pay for it, I think. But at the time that we were going, I don't think it was cooked breakfast. It was something like not a box breakfast, but something like a continental breakfast or something.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing is the Homewood Suites isn't the world's best breakfast.
No.
It will be things like eggs, bacon, sausage, but it's quite biased. But you can make your own waffles and things like that if you want to, which they do have there.
Yeah, they have the batter already ready. You just pour the batter in,
flip it, and
you're done. But again, you will have facilities in your room. So even if you don't like the breakfast downstairs, you can make breakfast in your room.
Now, Ivy's asked a question. I'll definitely have a look. Now, how much roughly are the admission to the parks?
Okay, so if you go there, if you go there to the parks, it is very expensive to pay on the day. You are better off buying your tickets here. Now, the way that they used to do the tickets here, but because now there's all this genius level and all of this,
Oh yeah,
they
different levels
flipped it
now.
on its head. Now, pardon me, the best ticket places that I would suggest to go to would be things like Florida Ticks, American Attractions. I'll have to think a little bit more. Those are the two that come to the top of the head. Well, top of my head. American Attractions, Florida Ticks. There's a couple of others. And I buy two. Depends on what you want to do. I buy two separate tickets. So they do a combo. And the combo is I normally do the combo of Universal and Disney. I don't really do. I've done SeaWorld before. You haven't done SeaWorld, but I've done SeaWorld before, and I've done Tampa Bay before. SeaWorld, Tampa Bay. What's the other one?
So remember, when this Kelly says Disney, it's all the Disney parks. So there's about, is it 5 or 6 of them?
5.
I think it's 5.
Yeah. So you get Animal Kingdom. You get Hollywood Studios, Magic Kingdom, Epcot Center, Typhoon Lagoon, and Blizzard Beach. So 6 parks.
Now cost.
When we paid for a combo ticket, and I think we paid.
Now this, bear in mind, this is 2019.
Yeah, I think we paid something like £700.
Yeah, it was about £750 per person.
Per person.
Now that does give you 2 weeks unlimited access to the parks for 2 straight weeks. Now you might think, oh, I'll just go for a 1 week, but the 1 week isn't that much cheaper than the 2 weeks.
So if you decided, oh, you wanted to just do the Disney side, I think it's like something like £400 or £500. And again, the 1 week costs, there's about £20 difference, if that.
So it makes more sense to go for get a 2 week.
To 2 weeks, yeah. You might as well. But if you want to do the Universal side, that is a lot more reasonable. That's a lot cheaper. When I used to go as a family, with my family, at the 2 times at the beginning that we went, we bought the tickets for both Universal and Disney. And then the 3rd and 4th year, we just got tickets to Universal. So we missed out on Disney because Universal was just a lot more cost effective. But you know, I feel like, I don't know if this is your first time going or anything like that, I highly recommend you do the both. It is very pricey. There are things that you can do to make it cheaper. Things like, you know, you can bring meals into the park, you can bring drinks into the park, and all of that type of stuff. So you don't have to eat in the park. You can eat in the room. If you stay at Homewood Suites, you've got a kitchenette there. You've got TV in the living room, you've got TV in the bedroom, and you can, you know, cook. There are things that you can do to make it cost effective. Disney also have a dining plan. We didn't take advantage of the dining plan actually, because we just saved our money, and then we knew which restaurants that we wanted to go to. We knew which restaurants we wanted to hit. And do you know what I mean? Like, Mark's very much into buffets. So he wanted a lot of buffet meals. So I researched where was the buffet meals, where were the best cost-effective buffet meals, and all of that type of stuff. But yeah, we had a really good time. We, in the end, how much did we pay? 1,500.
Yeah, I think it sounds about right for.
So we went for 2 weeks, and we paid about £1,500 per person. And what that included was that included the flights, the hotel, transportation to and from the parks, breakfast, and our park tickets.
So yeah, that's all inclusive there. So
that was everything.
But that's what you're kind of looking at, really. If you go off peak, it's a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
And also as well, like I said, but the one thing is, I would not recommend paying for each park on the day, because it will cost you.
It will cost you so much money.
It's about it's over $100 per person per park.
Yeah.
So the good thing is, if you've got these multi-parks, you could, in theory, go to one park and then skip over to another park, because there's free transportation from the Disney to all the parks.
Yeah.
There's multiple buses going around and takes you to the parks. You won't get more than 1 or 2 parks done in a day anyway, because they are huge.
Yeah, they're huge.
But you will be able to do that free one. What you can do, anybody, please message us if you'd like to ask any more questions, or we've put it in the chat as well. If you think of any more questions afterwards, we do leave our we do, don't we?
Yeah, there's our email on. So if you go to our about page, if you ever want to ask me any questions or anything like that, just go to our about page and I can answer. There's an email there, so you can email me. I normally answer them anyway, and then I'll email you back and like let you know this, and this. But the Homewood Suites, which to me it's about £100 to £200 more expensive than if you stay at Avanti, but it gives you more options, and you're on the better side of the of International Drive, because they're across the road from each other basically. But the side that the Homewood Suites on is the better side. That's the side that you got the cinema, so you could come out, walk to the front. I recommend, if you're going to eat anywhere and you want to eat out, Bahama Breeze. I cannot recommend that restaurant highly enough. I really loved it there.
Go for the coconut shrimp.
Love the coconut shrimp.
The coconut shrimp is amazing.
I liked the grilled salmon with the almonds on. If you haven't got a nut allergy, definitely try that. The seafood quesadilla or lobster and shrimp quesadilla was really good. Yeah, the food there is really good. And like I said, you've got Pirates Cove, which is at one end, so you can go and do crazy golf if you like that sort of thing. I tried it once. I don't really like crazy golf. I've decided I don't really enjoy it, but other people do.
One of the things we'll just say, this is a basic, but some people may not know, you will need an ESTA form to get into the United States, at least 6 months on your passport.
Yeah.
And at present, you, as far as I'm aware, don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure this is correct, you do need to be double vaccinated to go into the United States at present. So just bear that in mind if you are looking.
Do you need your booster as well?
No, I don't think it's the booster, but you do need to be double vaxxed.
Yeah. And when you go to the parks, they're not, they do ask you if you've been double vaxxed, but as far as I'm aware, they're not strict on it. They're not asking to, from what I've seen of other YouTubers, they're not asking for you to prove that you've been double vaxxed and stuff like that. But at the beginning, they were taking your temperature to make sure that you didn't have a high temperature before you go in. I'm absolutely missing Florida at the moment, hence my little
But the good news is they are now saying to come back into the UK, you do not need to prove a negative test. So you can just come back into the UK, which is one of those things. I think my friend went to Antigua and he was saying it was really difficult because he had to pay to go get the tested to go out there. He had to pay for another test while he was out there. And then he had to pay to get a test to come back. And he said that was the pointless one, because once you've arrived, you're paying for a test. Well, you're back in the UK anyway. See, even if you had COVID, you're home, you would just isolate anyway, but he had to pay for a test back here. The whole thing cost about £130, I think, for all the tests.
Yeah, I think, yeah, that's right, because I'm sure that my mum and my bestie had to pay something like £100 and something. And again, they've been double vaccinated and, well, I should have, double vaccinated, booster, all of that sort of stuff. So I don't know.
You still have to do the tests as well,
regardless if you've been double vaccinated or whatever it is. You're very welcome, by the way, Ivy. I'm happy to tell people.
But yeah, so like I said, if any more questions, please do drop them in the chat. Or like I said, if you do have questions afterwards, anybody, please feel free to message us. We will try and help as best we can. Obviously, thanks, guys. That's all right.
You're welcome.
So to celebrate, Kelly's going to try one of these in front of you.
No.
Live. So talking of the United States, my lovely brother did buy me, and I've had one already, candy canes. But these are not any candy canes. I did show these last week. For those guys that are on here just today, that's right, you've seen it. It's macaroni and cheese flavored candy canes.
And they stink.
They're mac and cheese flavored candy canes.
They stink of cheese.
They
as well.
do. They really smell of really strong cheese. When you're in the United States, only in the United States, can you get things like this.
Full of E numbers.
Well, no, they're not full of E numbers. Americans don't do E numbers. They actually do.
What numbers do they do?
Well, listen to this. Ingredients: sugar, corn syrup, water, artificial flavor, whatever that is. And the artificial flavor is FD&C yellow 5, FDC yellow 6, and titanium dioxide.
Full of F numbers and titanium dioxide.
I don't know what titanium dioxide does to you, but there you are.
All good, healthy things that you should be including in your diet.
But I've got to say, I do like these. They are that yellow colour.
I don't. They stink. I don't shove them up my nose.
No, this is sealed. You can't smell it.
You can. Why are you trying to lie? Why are you trying to lie?
But I've
cheek of it.
So I have got into American junk food. Actually.
I'd buy them. Of course you would.
Mark, do you know what they do? What's weird about these is they do taste of really strong cheese. They do taste of mac and cheese, but they're sweet because they have got sugar in them. I have never had sweet mac and cheese, but it works.
One day I'm gonna say to you, send me your address, and I'm gonna box up a few little treats for you, and then like just chuck in a few little treats, and then you can tell me what you think of them.
Now, the other one I wanted to show. Now, I did show all these last week. For anybody that just missed them, you might like this. Now, Werther's Original. Everybody's tried these. Will they cure COVID? Well, do you know what? If they did, these will be going out.
They might cause it.
Now, Werther's Original, everyone knows, this is pumpkin spice flavour. It was actually really, really nice, this one. Very subtle.
I didn't mind this one.
Very subtle taste of pumpkin spice. If you don't like pumpkin spice, you quite like these because it's very, very subtle. The other thing I'm going to show you.
While you're doing that, let me just go back onto the States business. Okay, so Avanti is good. You also get free transportation to and from Embassy Suites. You also get transportation to and from. Apparently, if you stayed in the one of the Disney hotels, they offered free transportation to and from the airport. But apparently, they've stopped that now for 2022. So there is no. So I mean, it's expensive. I've only stayed in the Disney hotel once. And it was many, many years ago. And we stayed there for 3 days. We stayed in the All-Star Music Resort, which is one of the more budget ones. And it was really, really nice to stay there. The room wasn't all that. It was just a basic room. But the surrounding area, they played music all day. The pool was shaped in a piano bar, in a piano. And you can like just chill in the pool. It was heated. It was lovely. They didn't have a restaurant per se. It was more of a food court. Again, it was all right. Junk food, really. But I didn't feel when I stayed in the Disney hotel that I got as much choice as staying outside of the resort. I felt like I was quite limited to whatever Disney were doing. And the Disney buses obviously only take you around the Disney area. So I felt like with the staying on International Drive with the free transportation, that would take you to Disney or take you to Universal, and then the bus actually doesn't take you all around Disney. It only drops you at the transportation center. Is that right? Or does it? Oh no, it drops you at Epcot. And Epcot, you go to the Sorry, go on.
Oh, here you go. Mike said I follow a guy called Adam Hatton. He's Disney mad. Oh, we've not heard of him.
I've not heard of him. No. What's his name?
Adam Hatton.
Adam Hatton. I'll take a look. I'll take a look at his channel. There's a couple of people that I follow.
Thanks, Mark. We'll check that out.
There's a British couple I follow, Mr. David and Mr. Ian, or is it Mr. Ian and Mr. David? And they just moved into their new house and all of this. But yeah, I love them. They're really funny guys, and they're Disney mad as well. They went to a Disney event in London last year, and I didn't even know London did Disney events. But because of the 50th anniversary, they went to an event in London, I think it was, and they looked like it was great fun.
So my other thing I'm going to try is this. So this is, you guessed it, it's cheesy pizza flavored popcorn. That's my next little purchase, again, straight from the United States.
Okay, we've got loads of
we've got loads of things. Oh, Vina!
Hey, Vina!
Happy New Year!
Do you know what? I was thinking about you about a week or two ago, and I was thinking, we haven't seen you for ages. But thank you for joining us. I was wondering how you and your son was, and what's he up to? Is he still interested in being a policeman?
How was your Christmas? How was your New Year? Did you have a good time? Did you have a nice little break? Mark said the Disney cruises are something else.
Do you know what? I've been talking to Mark about Disney Cruise, and I really, really want to try it. You're not. You kind of want to try it. You're just a bit apprehensive
Right,
about
now
it.
I'm going to ask you guys this one is what has anybody been on a cruise? Do you recommend? Now the reason my apprehension is I do get travel sick.
Yeah.
Travel is not my favorite part of the holiday experience at all. I
Yeah.
hate the travel part. My favorite bit is when you landed and you're there. Now, cruising to me is just extending unnecessarily the travel experience.
Yeah.
I know it is the travel experience as a whole, and that's what puts me off. I do get seasick.
Mm.
So
I think you would be sick for the first couple of days. I think.
yeah,
But you would have your sea legs after that.
you're not really
I think-
selling it to me.
No, but I'm being honest.
Yeah.
At how I think you would react.
We see now that's what puts me off because do I want to spend 2 days of my holiday being sick?
That
That's
is
the way
true,
I look
but
at it.
but then you miss out on stuff if you don't try stuff.
Yeah, true. But then
You'd rather miss it.
Well, I wouldn't mind missing out being sick. No.
Yeah, just miss out on the whole experience. No, I'm very much. If I knew that I was going to be sick for the first 2 days, I would just accept it and think, right, okay, it's like being overweight and going to an exercise class. Just know that you're going to be the biggest person there, not you, but obviously me when I'm talking to myself. Know that I'm going to be the biggest person there. Accept it. Do the class, enjoy the class, end of. That's how I
Venus
feel.
says she was very, very busy.
Oh, bless you. I hope you're less busy now.
Oh, and she goes, I hope you enjoyed the holiday season. Yeah, we did. Thank you. We did have a good little break. I'm glad you did too. Now Mark said you need anti-sickness tablets, 99p at home bargains. Now, do you know what I used to take? I've taken many sickness tablets, and none of them work apart from there used to be a company called Quells. And Quells used to do travel sick pills when I was a child, and they worked really, really well. But they stopped making them.
No, they're still. I've seen them.
Have they?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, but
I've seen them. I've seen Quells because I googled it before because we were talking about doing something before.
Nothing seems to work for me. It really, really
I'll look
doesn't.
into it, but yeah, I'm sure they still do
will. If Mark recommends those, I might have to do it. But yeah, it's that whole. Now I've been on ferries. Now ferries aren't obviously the same as a thing, and they are a lot choppier. But I was on a ferry from London, from obviously England over to Zeebrugge, I think we went. No, sorry, into Holland. And my God, that was just sick the entire.
Even my aunt's been sick on a ferry.
Travel sickness in green box. Okay. All right, I shall have a look at that. If you recommend, I shall give that a try.
Definitely.
I would like to try something like that, but yeah, it just like I said, it's just not an enjoyable experience.
Yeah.
But the cruise might be different.
Well, it might just be me, Mark, and Rob then, and you staying here, basically. That's what happened. Maybe Ivy might join us. But yeah, there was something else that I wanted to mention about International Drive, and I can't remember what it was. But
I'll do a quick one. Transportation. So going to and from the parks. Now this is quite important because Disney is quite away. The parks are a long journey. They are not near. The parks are not near anything. So unless you go, if you stay in one of the Disney hotels, which you can do, it is very expensive though. But you can then walk them. But if you go for a normal hotel like we do, you need transportation to the parks. If you're not driving, it is worth investing in a hotel. But going to a hotel that does do free transportation. You can do taxis, but they can get to be pricey. And also as well, getting back, if you stay late, you can always guarantee you get a taxi back.
Yeah. The other thing that I wanted to talk about, the iRide. So on International Drive, there's a little trolley that goes up and down International Drive. They do 2 routes, the red route and the green route.
Yeah.
I think there might be another route,
but the iRides don't go to Disney parks. They do go to what do you call it?
Universal,
but they don't go to Disney's.
Right. Now they don't quite go to Universal, but they drop you at the last stop, and from the last stop it is walkable, but it is a long walk. I feel. I don't feel like I feel like it's quite, especially in the heat. I think that's quite a long walk.
It was a bit of a trek in the heat.
But it is walkable, but it's just a long walk. And then you're going to do a long walk all throughout the park. So I just think, But yes, if worse comes to worse, you can take the iRide and get off and go for and walk to Universal. Also, the iRide takes you to the 2 shopping outlets. So there's Vineland, and I don't know what the other one is.
Oh yeah, there's two shopping outlets. Yeah,
Two shopping outlets.
The shopping malls are quite good. Oh, Mark said, told you, Kelly, welcome anytime. We booked for Lanzarote Xmas next year. Oh, good. I hope you do get to go.
Yeah. Do you know what we were talking about? Would we go away for Christmas? We just have to see how everything pans out, really.
Yeah, no, this is the thing.
That would be lovely. We haven't discussed where, or I have an idea where, but I don't know yet. So,
well, funny enough, Kelly was watching A Place in the Sun, you know, the property programs, and they've had quite a few of them buying property in Lanzarote. Now, this obviously these shows are all pre-pandemic, but I sit there looking at Porto del Carmen, and think, oh, I really want to go. Oh, I remember I've drank there, I've eaten there. We've walked up and down that strip. I've been into that tack shop, so I was really, really wanting to go back.
Yeah, I think Lanzarote for us, we go every year, and we went twice in 1 year. We went twice in 1 year, one time, and that was the year we were going to Mauritius. That was 2015 then.
Yeah,
we went twice there, and we went to Mauritius, and I think we did little trips in between to Brussels. It was crazy. That year was crazy. We did quite a lot in that year.
Oh, Vina said, can you please drop a message that address? We will plan to go there.
Oh, okay. So which address are we talking about? Are you talking about Florida, or are you talking about Lanzarote? So basically, let me see if I can find the address for Homewood Suites. So so the hotel that I would recommend in Florida is Homewood Suites, closest to the convention center. Homewood Suites, closest. Go on.
Our recommendation for Lanzarote is always Hotel Vic San Antonio.
Vic San Antonio.
But yeah, so the Homewood Suites one, if you are going to Florida as well, it's really, really good for, like I said, it's slightly off the strip. So there's a very short walk to get onto the strip.
Yeah.
But you are quite close to loads of restaurants. And like I said, you are quite close to Point Orlando.
Oh,
Farionis for Mark.
Yes, yeah, he likes to stay at the other end.
Oh, you're at the other end.
Yeah. So we normally stay the opposite end. However, I did recommend Farioni's
Conventional Centre, Vina says.
Right, okay, so yeah, so what I'll do, I'll have a look. It's the Homewood Suites closest to Convention Centre. I'll do the address. Vina, I've got my email address, or our email address, but it's normally me that answers it. If you go to the About page, you'll see that there is an email address. Just email me, and then I'll send you the details. You can do that too, and I'll send you the address of the hotel. The way that I would book it, I find that if you book it as a package deal, it's cheaper than if you book it as a separate deal, as a separate hotel and separate flights and hotel. When I would book it, so if I was going to do it separately, because you can tailor it a bit better if you do book it separately. So Norwegian Airlines do really cheap flights. They're like really cheap basic flights, and they fly to New York, and I think they do fly to Florida as well.
They do. If you want to go really, really cheap, if you don't have any luggage, you can go there really, really.
It's really cheap.
Just buy loads of clothes while you're out in Florida.
So the flights are like £200 or something completely ridiculous. It's like really cheap flights. I've flown with Norwegian Airlines. They're not too bad.
They're okay.
Yeah, it's all right. I can't remember where we went.
Oh gosh, that was the US. That was.
Oh no, I thought it was to Lanzarote.
Oh, it could have been Lanzarote.
I don't think we did long haul. I don't think we've done long haul on Norwegian flights before.
No.
We flew with, what was it? Air? No. It was one of the flights, and it was a terrible flight.
Oh no, the only bugbear I had was
United Airlines.
Yeah, United Airlines. Yeah.
Right. So we flew with United Airlines. Now, in general, United Airlines aren't that bad. But what was bad about United Airlines this time? We were flying to Las Vegas, and it was cheaper to do a stop off when we flew so instead of flying direct, like if you want to go to New York, it's cheap to fly direct to New York, and it's cheap to fly direct to Florida. Not all the time, but so you kind of have to see what you're willing to, like a lot of people don't want to stop in between, they want to fly direct. But if it's going to save you like £300, £400, £500, you can use that £300, £400, £500 and put it towards your trip. That's how I look at it. So if there's anything extras that you want to do, if you want to put more into a better room, or if you want to put that £300, £400, £500 towards your park tickets, I just feel like you can save that money and put it towards something else. Even if you wanted to upgrade your flight, do you know what I mean? So that the second leg of your flight is a lot better, or whatever you want to put that money towards. Hey Sam.
Oh, Sam said I got to go because I just popped in to say hello, even though it's been a while. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. So I've got to go now. Oh, thank you for popping in. That was so nice.
Thank you. Hopefully we'll catch you next time, I hope.
Oh, and Mark said, when I win the lottery, I'll take you both to Little Italy in Gran Canaria. Had 3 numbers last week, so my luck might change.
Oh, I got my fingers crossed for you. Oh, do you know what? Little Italy, or Little Venice. I think is it Little Venice? That's the place in Puerto de Morgan. I really when I was looking for somewhere different to go to Lanzarote, because we've been to Lanzarote quite a few times now. Puerto de Morgan, which is like a Little Venice. There was the place where I used to work. There was a guy.
Sam.
Bye, Sam. Happy New Year and Merry Christmas. There was a guy that came from Gran Canaria. He didn't come from Puerto de Morgan, but he said it's really nice there, and it is like a mini Venice. And I was just like, oh my god, it just sounds wonderful. I really want to go. So one day.
We'd love to see it as well. And we definitely will have a drink at the Golden Corner.
That's Lanzarote, though, not Gran Canaria.
Oh no, sorry, that's Gran Canaria. Sorry, I'm getting them all mixed up. You would love it in there. No, we would love to try it.
Yeah, I would definitely love to try it. Yeah, but we do have to meet up anyway at some point. And hopefully when this thing calms down.
Yes, exactly.
Maybe we'll come up there, or you'll come to London, whichever. Florida. Going back to Florida. So I forgot what I was saying about Florida. What was I saying?
So we were talking, what were we talking about? We were talking about, let me look at the comments. So Vina was asking about obviously
convention center. Yeah.
Oh, and travel. We were talking about travel.
Oh yes. Okay, so booking sort of separate and things like that. So we flew with United Airlines. Pardon me. I had paid to upgrade all of our flights. And it was really cheeky because the flight, so there's a short haul flight from, I don't know how long that short haul flight was. Was it 3 hours or something like that?
Yeah.
But it was really rubbish. And was not worth upgrading.
Basically, I paid because I'm 6'2". I paid £200 extra to get extra leg room because I really struggle in a small seat because my knees can't stretch out, so they start to really hurt. So I paid £200, and my seat was exactly the same as the others.
No difference.
No,
I'm just having a look at Mark. Sorry, I'm not being rude. I'm just look at that. I'm just having a look at Mark's pictures.
Wow.
Doesn't that look amazing?
That does look amazing. Now, Vina's asked, did you enjoy the food there? Now, our favorite restaurant, Vina, if you go, anybody else that goes to Florida or to Point Orlando, our favorite restaurant, well, mine especially, is Bahama Breeze. So Bahama Breeze is a Caribbean type food place.
Fusion.
But they do sell, like I said, it's kind of a mix between American and Caribbean food. The coconut shrimp is my personal recommendation. It is amazing. So they actually get shrimp in like a coconut batter, so coconut flecks. If you don't like coconut, I would also recommend the quesadilla, which is really, really nice.
Yeah, it's the lobster and shrimp quesadilla.
Yeah.
I was looking it up this morning because I thought, do you know what? Maybe I'll do, because I've done quesadillas before, but not a lobster and shrimp one. So I was thinking, let me see if I can find a recipe and recreate it at home.
Now, we're talking of food. If you go to the parks, do not expect high quality cuisine. Some of the restaurants there are quite nice, to be fair, but especially what I call, not the vendor food, I call it, but it's essentially where you get your places to eat.
Hey,
Minnie, hello. She loves your Disney ears. How are you, Minnie? You okay? So the food quality isn't always the best, and you will find that in some of the restaurants. They can be quite hit and miss. We tried quite a few restaurants. We tried the Olive Garden. which was okay. It's okay. What else did we try? Teddy wasn't a big fan of it as well.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of the Olive
Where else did we
Garden.
try? So I mean, we're just talking about where we ate in Florida. But yeah, like I said, I'm trying to think of the other restaurants we were. Was it?
We ate at TGI Fridays, which was okay.
If you like TGI, very similar to the one in the UK, so you can that comparison there. Well, that was all right. Tony Roma's.
Yeah, that's the one I was trying to think of the name of.
Tony
Yeah.
Roma's wasn't bad. It's
Yeah.
Italian food, but that was actually okay.
Yeah.
If you go to Point Orlando, that little area there are some very nice restaurants there. Couple of which I really did want to try, which we didn't get around to doing.
Didn't. Do you know what? We were quite faithful to Bahama Breeze.
Yeah.
And we would go out. Sometimes I'd be so tired from the parks or whatever, and then Mark would go off and bring takeout, and we'd eat it in the room. So we did do takeout when we were at Avanti, but they didn't have a proper table and chairs to sit at. There was like a little side unit where you could sit down and eat, but there wasn't two chairs in the room, so we couldn't sit together. It was more a place to sit down and work rather than a place to sit down and eat, kind of thing. But at Homewood Suites, you had a proper table and chairs for 4 or 5 of you to sit around the table and eat. They had like sofas and an armchair, and they had a king size bed and all of that type of stuff. It's a real good room for a family. And the sofas open up into what you call it, they're fold out beds.
Yeah, so you could actually have extra guests if you wanted to.
Yeah. And again, they've got a laundry room. Check out our videos if you're interested. You know, you can take a look, so then you can see, you can then compare the Avanti with the Homewood Suites. I would always, Avanti's really good. Like if you have a budget to stick to, Avanti is a really good, reasonably priced hotel, and the pool there is really nice. The pool at the Homewood Suites is not that good.
No.
So if you are looking for something where you want to laze around outside and all that, then it would be Avanti. It wouldn't be Homewood Suites. But if you want a good room with the kitchenette and all of that type of stuff, Homewood Suites is your best bet.
Oh, Venus says, is that Bahama Breeze restaurant? Yes, that's right.
Yes, Bahama Breeze restaurant.
And do you know what? It's nice because you can actually eat outside. It's designed that way. And of course, because of the weather, it's always nice in Florida. It's really nice.
Yeah, and they play music outside as well on the steel pans. Beautiful. It's so lovely there.
Now, Mark said, I was shocked at prices of food in supermarkets, though. A bit expensive.
Oh, really?
Oh, in the States.
In the
now,
States.
I didn't notice that, to be honest.
Do you know what though? We didn't cook food. I've got to be honest, we didn't cook food. So we didn't buy things like bread and the basics or anything like that, because we just went, because the breakfast was free.
Yeah.
We just went downstairs to eat.
Now, funny enough, that leads nicely on to Vina's question. What is the total expenditure for Florida? So now, Kelly was going to tell you about the actual prices for the flights, hotel, what we paid. Now, bear in mind, we went in 2019, pre-pandemic. That's the last time we went.
Yeah, and we didn't go in season, but we did go over the Easter, and it was cheaper to stay for 16 nights than it was to stay for 2 weeks. And you will find out. So always play with your dates. So we went 2019 April. And was it 2019 April? Or did we go November for my birthday?
No, we went in April because November we went to Lanzarote.
Right. Okay, so we went. Yeah, so we went over the Easter holiday.
Mark quickly just said, I only by watching vlogs. I'd eat out all the time. And funny enough, you do notice a lot. Americans eat out a lot.
We eat out all the time.
Also Americans do as well, because it is relatively cheap to eat out.
Yeah, it's cheaper. And if you can't be bothered to cook, which I mean, when you're on holiday, I don't cook, so I don't cook at the best times here because I don't enjoy it. So excuse me, because all he does is these omelets. So we tend to eat out, but we paid £1,500 per person, and that includes the flights, the hotel, the transportation to and from the airport to the hotel, and to and from all the parks, and breakfast. And there's an evening type meal, themed meal, Monday to Thursday.
That's Homewood Suites.
Yeah, and that's Homewood Suites, and that also was our park tickets to all of the parks. So that was to Universal Studios, the 2 parks at Universal Studios plus Volcano Bay, and then that was Magic Kingdom, Animal Kingdom, Epcot Center, Hollywood Studios, Blizzard Beach, and Typhoon Lagoon. So that was all for £1,500. That was the total cost of our holiday. There are extras to pay. So if they would. So they didn't do that the time that we were there. But if you go in sort of like September, they do an evening Halloween thing, and that would cost you extra to go to the park after hours. So if they're having an after hours party or something like that, you would pay extra on top to attend those events that they have.
If you are now, so I was going to say now, if you are doing it on a budget as well, just bear in mind if you're in the parks, everything is expensive. The food, all the merchandise, official merchandise in the park is expensive. Now this is going back again 2-3 years, but I'll give you an example. A t-shirt I was looking at in the park was $38. All right, so that's over £30 for just a regular t-shirt. It was a Marvel superhero one I was just looking at, but they are expensive. You will pay premium. The same thing, if you buy, especially the same thing in the Disney stores, it is expensive. You can go to Disney outlets.
I was about to say you can get around that.
But in that's what I was going to say. If you go to the two shopping areas, which are either end of the strip. So if you go to those, there are Disney outlets. I'll give you an example. I bought a mug. Oh, there it is. Let me go and get it.
So basically, if they might sell headbands. Now these headbands cost about $24 or $28, but you can pick them up in like the outlets for like $10. They won't be this season. They will always be the season before and stuff like that. But do you know what I mean? A lot of people, when you buy these headbands, they become vintage or they become a different season, and they are really sought after. I will always say, if you want to get a headband, buy a headband, because by the time you go to the park, people see you the headband. Oh, where did you get your headband? Oh, sorry, I got it a couple of years ago, like, or I got it there. Do you know what I mean? So and people look to buy these things. So definitely going to check out the outlets are really,
I was going to say, and also as well, it will be last season stuff, but it is a lot cheaper. So if you're shopping for presents for people, go to the outlets place. You can get it for much cheaper. Little thing, like I said, I bought this, which is from one of the what was it, Snow White little mugs. I just did. I bought this, was from memory, I think it was $8 cheaper in the outlet store than it was in the Disney store in the parks. That is how expensive.
I really like that mug.
I really like that one as well. But that is the price difference. So just bear that in mind.
They're doing a black one now. Black and green one now.
I have to get that one.
So I think that you can, by the way, you can do it cheaper if you want to. So there is another hotel, and I was looking at, called the Floridian Hotel. It's further down the strip. There are all price band type hotels that you can stay at. You just got to find one that fits your budget. Now, Floridian Hotel, I believe, might be a 2-star, could be a 3-star. Homewood Suites I think Homewood Suites is a 3-star. It's not, brilliant, but I've stayed there so many times. The rooms are clean. The last time when we went, they'd not long been refurbished. And to use the washer dryers, you need a card. You need your
key card, your room card.
To get in, but to pay for the machines, you now need your card.
Credit card.
Your credit card. They don't take quarters, which they used to.
Mark said $1,500. That's cheaper, I reckon.
That is. I mean, but it's not cheap for everyone.
No.
But the thing that is going to cost you, because the thing is, if you think about it, we paid for the flight and blah 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 and all of that. It cost us just about £700, right? By the time you add your park tickets, that's another. So you're already looking at £1,400 to £1,500. It's your park tickets that push up the holiday. Do you see what I mean? So I think that you need to really think about what your budget is and what it is that you need to tailor to. Do you know what I mean? What is it you want during your holiday? So if you want the option to be able to cook your food and things like that, and you need a kitchenette, then Homewood Suites is good for you. If you just want a basic room, Avanti is a really good option. If you want to stay further down the strip, even cheaper, Floridian is really good. I've never stayed at Floridian, so I can't tell you firsthand. I've only ever stayed at Avanti and Homewood Suites. Those are 2 hotels. The other hotels that I used to stay in many years ago, so I used to stay in Lake Buena Vista. But when I find that if you stay at hotels like Lake Buena Vista and all of those types of hotels, Best Western, hotels in Lake Buena Vista, not the hotel wasn't called Lake Buena Vista, it's the area's called Lake Buena Vista. Years ago, you didn't have to pay for parking, so it was really good to have to go fly drive. So you pay for your flights and you get your free car. Brilliant. But now they charge for parking in the parks. I think that's great. It's ridiculous.
Mark said, I like comfort now. I'm 43.
You're not the only one.
No, exactly. Tell me about it. I'm 46, so I know exactly what you mean.
I like the comforts too.
Oh, do you know what? You get to a certain age, and for our younger viewers as well, you will get to this age where you can't do slumming it anymore. I think you just think, I am not doing that anymore.
That is true.
I just cannot do slumming it. And like I said, I'm not asking for really mega expensive things, but you want to go back to a comfy bed. You don't want to go in a room the size of a box. You do want some kind of some comfort. So I am with you on that one.
Yeah, I feel like when we stay at Lanzarote, I do feel that our room is like a box. However, the hotel itself with the terrace and the rooftop pool and the downstairs, for me, it suits our needs really. In Lanzarote, and we're out all day. We hardly go back to the room.
Our first trip there was many years ago as well. Was up Cardiac Hill, as Kelly calls it. It's a really, really, really steep hill.
Nice hotel.
Nice hotel. But so going to the beach was fine because it's all the way. In actual fact, you're almost walking down like this at this angle. On the way back was a totally different matter. I'm not going up this hill anymore.
It was the third day, and I just said, I'm not doing this again. I'm not walking this hill again. But we that time we got it really cheap because I think we paid £270 for the week, and that was everything included.
Yeah,
that was our flights, that was the hotel, that was breakfast.
Yeah, it was very cheap.
It was really cheap,
but it was cheap because it was at Cardiac Hill.
It was at Cardiac Hill, but now, I mean, it's still cheap. I mean, we pay about £500. We pay about £500 for 7 nights. And for 7 nights, it's with breakfast included. It's half board, sorry. So breakfast and dinner, hotel, and flights. And we pay about £550, something like that.
So Mark said, I seen a holiday in Greece, 7 nights, absolute total dive near Malia, £199, including flights.
Wow.
Right near the strip, but for 20-year-old, that would be fab.
Yeah, that's right. There you go.
Now they do. Is it called Z rooms? What are they called?
Oh, Z bed. Yeah. Z hotels. And what it is, they do them all around London. They do them all around the UK, should I say? I don't know about abroad.
Oh, Mark said TUI.
TUI, right? Do you know what? Let me tell you a little story. I went on a holiday with God, who were they? With Sky. So Sky do these holidays, right? Now this was back in the day.
Well,
so
Sky TV.
Sky TV. Oh. I was in my 20s at the time. They still do them, but they do cruises and stuff. They still do them. So anyway, we paid, oh God, it was something like about £200, I think it was. And it was a hotel assigned on arrival, right? So me and my girlfriend, so there was 5 of us. We were all in our 20s, and we were getting, my cousin came as well. And there was 5 of us, and we all went, and we were sort of looking to have a good time. Anyway, we stayed it was in Costa, I want to say Costa was one of the Costas. I don't know if it was Costa Dorada, maybe Costa Blanca, one of them. Anyway, so we went to this place. We got, and the hotel was called Casino Royale. You can actually Google it. Because it's still going. I don't even know how it's still going, but it was the worst hotel I have ever stayed in, right? I don't think I stayed in a worse hotel than Casino. There was a fire escape that was on our balcony. People were coming down. bottles of God knows what on they weren't full of beer, I tell you that, on our balcony. Hotel didn't have any hot water for 3 or 4 days. There was dents in the door where people had been kicking the door. That was on the inside of the hotel. It was just I don't even know how they didn't have bed bugs, right? My best friend and her best friend at the time went and bought all cleaning products and clean. I'm not about that lifestyle, right? Could clean the whole room from top to bottom, but even if you clean the room, it was just a terrible room. It was an absolute terrible room. And we had to go and buy gallons of water to actually, so we could, because the water shut off.
Mark said that. I remember you talking about that hotel. Oh, so Mark's got quite a few things coming up. We've paid £749 for 7 nights in April in Gran Canaria. Ooh. Then £1,005 for Tenerife in September, and then £1,650 as 9 nights for holidays all year.
Oh wow!
Wow, that's fantastic.
Yeah,
well,
really,
do you know
really
what?
good.
You're making up for the lost time.
Yeah.
Oh, exactly. Minnie said, if I saw that, I would have grabbed my phone and searched for another hotel because heck, that's so
I'm
bad.
telling you, do you know what? When you're in your 20s, I suppose, I don't know, but it was just that we just got on with it. Do you know what I mean?
So I'm going to stop you. I'll let you finish your story. Guys, please do let us know your worst holiday experience. Please put them in the chat. We will read them out. Those that you want to share, we will read them out because these are quite fun. I like listening to these.
Yeah, this was the most horrible. Don't get me wrong. I stayed like I'm a bougie girl. I don't mind. I'm high maintenance, not money high maintenance, to be fair, but I'm high maintenance. I'm one of those girls. I'm not high maintenance as in, oh yeah, I must do my face. I must go to the latest. I'm not one of those types of girls, but I like my comfort, and I like to spend a little bit more money if it's going to give me, a nicer bed or a nicer room or, better flights or something like that. But I'm not high maintenance as in, I don't wear all the jewelry. I don't wear all the earrings. I'm not that type of girl. I'm not that type of high maintenance girl. But I'm that type of high maintenance girl, whereas if I want to get something, or if I want, I'll go out and I'll get that, whatever it is, or I don't need someone to buy it for me. I go out and I'm an independent woman. I go out, I get it myself. But if I don't have that money, or I need a little bit of extra money, I go, oh darling, can you get me that? And Mark will happily go and get whatever it is.
I don't know about happily, but I'll get it.
You are happy, don't lie. Do you know what I mean? I'm not one of these girls that needs to go to the latest. I never have been one of those girls that needs to go to the latest concert or be into the latest thing, or I've never been one of those types of girls. Anyway, not that there's anything wrong. Each to their own. If you like all the jewels, I'm good on you. I respect it. But I'm telling you, that hotel, and I don't understand why it did not occur to us to maybe go and sort out a better hotel. But we were young, and you're in your 20s, and you just put up with them things, innit? You just go and you just.
Minnie said, I can see that, because especially if you're going on vacation or getting something new, you would like it to be good and work. Yeah, totally. Or for vacation, be comfortable and safe. No, right. That's the thing, Minnie. Once you've spent that money, and the trouble is, once you're there, you are there. You can't just suddenly then jet back. Mark said, here's a good one. Rhodes was my worst. I got sunstroke as well. It's awful. Oh God, that must have been terrible. Sunstroke, awful. Worst thing ever. The hotel room. Should have had a plunge pool. Wasn't built. Dusty and horrible.
Oh no.
Well, do you know what?
Sounds like a Carry On film when they turned up to the hotel and it's half built.
Yeah. Do you know what? One of the worst ones we had was actually earlier last year. I said earlier last year, 2021. Kelly and I went to see my parents. So we went to the city of Bath. Now my parents live not too far from there. And we paid a lot of money for this hotel. Now, for 3 nights, £560.
£58, yeah, £558.
Very, very expensive.
With breakfast included.
3 nights.
Yeah, 3 nights.
So
ridiculous.
Very expensive. And we walked in, and this is I won't say the hotel's name.
We stayed there before.
But it was a higher end hotel. And you could tell that room had not been cleaned for a long time.
And the cheek of it, they put the sticker on the door where you don't break the seal before you go in, and so like it looks like that. Listen, let me. That hotel, right? It's not, to be fair, it's not the worst hotel because Casino Royale was the worst hotel, and you can Google it, and it's still going. And read, I beg you, read the reviews. Casino Royale is one of the Costas. I'll have to get it, and I'll have to mention it next time. Me and my bestie Evelyn, we a few months ago we were saying, I wonder if it's still going, this Casino Royale. We like, it was still going. Oh my god. Anyway, the hotel that Mark's talking about in Bath. So we went to stay there. Now it's not. We went to stay at that. We've stayed at that hotel before, so it's not like we were going ignorant of what it was. Casino Royale, I'd never stayed at that hotel before, but this one we had, the one in Bath. Now, we got there and we were told we got there about 11 o'clock. We were told we couldn't check in until 4 o'clock. Fair enough, right? I've worked in hotels. I get it. You ain't got the rooms back. Check now. You can check out of your before you. Back in the day, you had to check out of your room like 9, 10 o'clock, so early. Now they allow you to check out at noon. So it stands to reason. I understand you can't get the room back until 4. However, there is a way they could combat that, but I'll come back to that later. So we went off. We left our luggage there. We went off. We went and did some shopping, blah, blah, blah. We didn't get back till 5 or 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
I think it was. So we gave them extra time. I walked into the room and I was just like, oh, okay. I went into the bathroom. Oh, the bathroom was so dirty.
Yeah.
During the pandemic.
It looked like, during the pandemic, it looked like somebody had been using it for a good few days beforehand and then had just left and then let us take it.
Toothpaste rings. I showed Mark the picture, right? So he's seen all the pictures and stuff. Toothpaste rings, stains on the thing, gunk in the thing.
Hair on the...
But because it was our anniversary and my mum was with us, I didn't want to kick up a stink because I thought if I kick up a stink, I know what my mum's going to be like. So I thought I don't really want to ruin the weekend. We had already paid so much money, and you know, it was just it was expensive. However, it was our anniversary. Your parents were coming down to see us, so I didn't want that to spoil the few days away that we had, our precious time. You know, we hadn't been on holiday. It was a whole load of stuff. So at I think the next day we were going out for our dinner, for our anniversary dinner. And I bumped into this lady who was a couple of doors away from where we were staying, and she was half out the room. She was complaining, oh, I'm gonna go downstairs, do you think I'm gonna eat in this hotel? I'm gonna go downstairs and I'm gonna tell them. I was just like, oh my god, she's complaining about the room. My mum had the same problem in her room, by the way. And her room was a lot bigger than our room. Our room was a double bed, but it was for a double bed for single occupancy, meaning it was a room for one person. It was not a room for two people. When you stay in a room, in a double room for single occupancy, normally the bed is a bit bigger for one person. So instead of having a single bed, you now have, it wasn't even a double bed. It's slightly bigger than a single bed. I've slept in enough beds to know, in hotels, to know what the difference is. Plus, I worked in a hotel, so I know that the difference is. So anyway, I said, oh, I'm really sorry. I don't mean to eavesdrop, but I'm assuming you're not happy with your room. We've had the same problem. I assume it's the bathroom and all this. She goes, the bathroom is dirty, disgusting. I said, so is ours, and so is my mum's, and she's just down the way. She's going, oh my God, you've got to come downstairs and play with me. I said, I was already in my dress and everything. I said, I'm really sorry, but I'm going to meet my boyfriend and his parents. We're going to go out for our anniversary. Otherwise, I would come down and complain with you. She goes, oh, have you eaten in the restaurant? Let's stay in the hotel. I'm not eating downstairs and all of this. I was laughing.
Minnie said, oh my God, you would definitely have to clean. I would hope it would be good clean, especially if they gave them extra time to do so.
Exactly.
That's so bad. And no, sorry, should be clean.
Mm-hmm.
Mark said, when Rob used to visit his friend 20 years ago in Rhodes, on a night, the woman would come into the room and take the money from the minibar. And the electric they used, the room had one window like a box. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Crazy.
Do you know what though? I have heard stories. Friends have told me that where they've gone to hotels and they have had cash stolen from their room.
I've had cash stolen from the room.
Kelly has as well. And even when it's been in the safe.
It was in the safe. And so basically this was many years ago. And me and my cousin, we put our money in the safe. It was the first time, really, the first or second time I've actually, because normally I don't normally use the safe. And I was trying, so one day I was trying to put, I was the only one who had the key. So I was trying to put the key in, and I was just like, oh, has anyone tried to get into the safe? And everyone was like, no, but I was the only one to have the key. So I didn't know whether someone had maybe gone into my bag, grabbed the key, tried to get money out or whatever. Anyway, so I went to open the lock, and it finally opened. And I was counting up my money, and I thought, oh, I've got some money missing. I don't like this. There's quite a bit of money missing, like this. And anyway, it turned out we'd had money stolen out of. So I called downstairs, and only two people had been in the room. The cleaner and maintenance. And I said, well, why was maintenance in the room? Oh, apparently. So they double checked. Oh, apparently the cleaner said the toilet was blocked. No, there was no blockage, no nothing. The toilet was fine before we left, and all of a sudden you're telling me there's blockage. Blockage from what?
That's such an inside job.
So unless the maid, the housekeeper had gone in and used the toilet, then I'm sorry, there was no blockages as far as I'm concerned.
Well, do you know what? Actually, funny enough, we had not similar. I say it's not really theft; it was just one of those things. But when we went to Mauritius. So I think I've told you this story, in the hotel room, cut a long story short, we went to the market, so we bought some lychees. Now, lychees are only in season. We'd gone November. They're only into season December. So the in-season lychees in November are quite expensive.
Yeah, because they're not in season.
Exactly. Yeah. So there are some right ones, but you have to pay for it. Anyway, Kelly paid extra money to get these lychees.
I think my mum had bought them.
Oh, your mum?
My mum had bought them, yeah.
I'm trying to make the story quicker, but anyway. So anyway, in there, so we had Kelly had left these lychees, little fruit, in the hotel. We gone to the beach, but it just so happened I don't normally go back to the hotel. Okay, oh, can you go and get me whatever it was she wanted to get? So I went back to the hotel. As I was going up to the hotel room, the cleaner was in there eating these lychees as I walked in there. And she saw me and quickly spat it out into Now, I didn't say anything because I know if I had complained, she would have lost her job. And
yeah,
I thought
she would have fired.
They would have fired her immediately. If a guest complains of theft, they would have fired her immediately. And I thought, I do not want you to lose your job over stealing some fruit. Yeah. However, I did look at her in a way she went completely red-faced because she knew that I busted her. But she was lucky I didn't report her. Your family said, "Oh, report."
Yeah, my uncle was like reporter, but the thing is, this is the thing in Mauritius. There's a lot of, and this is not an excuse or anything like that, because there's no excuse for taking something. And on the whole, that is a rare thing to happen. But in Mauritius, there are a lot of people who are poor, basically, and you know, like I said, there's no excuse. But to get someone fired over taking some lychee is not really a big deal. And although you have to pay a little bit more money, it's not a lot of money for us, let's say.
No, exactly.
And my mama had bought them, and I said, oh, she's taken some lychee and all of this. And I did speak about it with my mum, and you know, there has been instances in the past with my father's family where he's brought his family to Mauritius. You know, he's brought his wife and all of that, and you know, little things have happened and things like that. And you know, my dad tries to explain, but what you have to understand is they don't have certain things, they don't live that certain lifestyle, they don't, you know, so it is slightly different for them. But it is, theft is wrong but that's not just to make an excuse, that's just to
So Mark said, going back to stealing stuff from rooms, he said he used to take a few drachmas to pay for a mini bar drink and electric out off the drawers. Oh, that's unbelievable. Oh, you've had aftershave stolen from Lanzarote. So what, you've had it in your room and somebody's taken it. If you do go to Lanzarote, for those not going to Lanzarote, there are lots of cheap perfume and aftershave shops there as well. When I go to Lanzarote, well, and you, especially Kelly, we end up buying 3 or 4 each.
I save my money to buy the perfume
because it's so much cheaper than the UK. Minnie said, no, that's such a fear. When they enter, they would steal something. And I mean, me and my family take care. and save our belongings, so this wouldn't happen. But I would be so enraged and scared that it would happen. That's so bad. And it's true. One thing is, you should always rely on the fact that stuff in your room should be safe.
Yeah. I mean, those are the only 2 times that I've had stuff taken from the room. But I believe that, not, I don't know about so much in the Mauritius one, but in the place that, because it was actually in Florida that it happened. I don't believe those people work there anymore, but it just shows you that even if you leave things in the safe, there is a way to get into the safe. Do you know what I mean? There's always a way to override something. There's always a way to get into something. And it normally, do you know what I mean? You think you're leaving your stuff somewhere, but it's just, yeah.
Well, Mark said, beginning of the holiday, I get a sauce and we put our loose change in it for the maid. When we were leaving after 9 nights, there was 56 euros. Oh my God. You could have bought yourself something really nice with that. But it's nice you leave it for the maid. That is really, really nice.
What we do, we leave a few dollars, don't we, every day for the maid and stuff like that. And you know, I always write a little note, thank you for cleaning our room or whatever, and that's what we do. We just leave a few dollars a day.
Yeah, I mean, you will find that as well, though. I do find if you do those little things, they are quite nice. And sometimes we get messages back. Not often, but we do sometimes get, which is quite nice. The maid goes, "You're welcome." So that's quite nice to have.
Yeah, I think that it's always nice to leave something for someone, because you know you don't get a chance to see them. Do you know what I mean? There was a guy, and he was so nice. He worked in we went to Pizza Rizzo, right? And a lot of people really don't rate Pizza Rizzo. I love Pizza Rizzo. Is Pizza Rizzo in Universal? Or is it in? Yes, in Universal, I think.
I think Pizza Rizzo. Minnie, while you're there, do you have a Pizza Rizzo in Canada? Have you heard of that Pizza Rizzo?
I think it's just in Universal Studios.
Oh, is it just Universal? Scrap that. Sorry then.
Yeah, Pizza Rizzo. Because it's one of the Muppets. One of the Muppets pizza places.
Okay.
I think it is Universal. And we went, and loads of people really don't rate Pizza Rizzo, but I really like it.
I know Pizza Rizzo. Yeah, sorry, scrap that. It won't be in Canada.
Yeah.
It's literally think McDonald's, but that McDonald's selling pizza. It's a very cheap pizza.
It's just quick service. And so we went, and the guy he was bussing tables. And he was so nice to talk to and everything. He was really informing us of this. He was really, and I wanted to leave him some money. I wanted to leave him a tip. So I went to leave him a tip, and he said, "Oh no, we don't. We're not allowed to accept tips." And I was like, "Oh no."
Yeah. Yeah, Minnie went, "Oh yeah, they're not in Canada." No. Mark says, "Some days I just ask for towels. I don't mind making the bed when the maids want to be in at 8 a.m. That is, do you know what? We do that more and more now. We try not to get maid service or room service in, just purely, since we've been out during the pandemic.
Yeah.
But yeah, there is something nice about having your room made, though, I've got to say.
Yeah, something that, you know, because I make the bed every day and all of this type of stuff. So it's nice that someone else comes and does it for you and stuff.
Who could live, though, the Keanu Reeves lifestyle? So when Keanu Reeves was successful, he lived in a 5-star hotel. I think it was for 5 years, 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
So, bear in mind, he's a multi-millionaire, but he paid to live in a 5-star hotel for that long. So could you guys do that? Or would that be, I mean, it would be your room. So think about, with a 5-star hotel, you would get massive room service, and you get meals included in that. Or would it just be too much? Would you prefer your own thing? Oh, Vina said, hi, just sent you an email. Please check you got it. I'm going to go to leave the chat. It's time to prepare for dinner.
Oh, bless you. I'll check it out. I can see that I've received one.
Yeah, we got it. I think we've got it. Yeah, we have. Test email. Yeah, we have. Thank you, Vina. Enjoy dinner, whatever it's going to be.
Yes. Oh, hello. No problem. I've got it email, so I'll send you a few of the details.
Oh, Mark said I'd need a suite. Mama.
Yes. Do you know what? I do enjoy staying in a suite. I enjoy staying at the Homewood Suites. It's not, don't get me wrong, it's not a fancy suite. You know, I one day would love to stay in a real fancy suite. I think I'm that type of person. I should be living that type of lifestyle of the fancy suites. I'm not a diamonds and pearls girl, but staying in a fancy suite is more my speed. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, sorry. Vima said last time we went to Indian Temple, and there were some people asked my son, what he wanted to be in the future after studies. He said he wanted to be in the FBI.
Wow,
okay.
wow. Go watch out for your son then, innit? We can't do anything dodgy.
No, exactly.
My goodness.
But that is America. Would he not do MI6 or MI5, or would he prefers the FBI?
FBI. Wow. That's some.
There you go.
Woo.
We'll behave.
Yeah, we got to behave around your son. Do you know what I mean? But good for him. Do you know what I mean? I'm glad that he. Do you know what I mean? He has aspirations, and it's always nice when children kind of know what they want to do. It might change, obviously, in a few years' time. You never know. But yeah, it's quite nice, really.
Well, quick question for Minnie. Minnie, did you say, sorry, when we were talking about on our New Year's, you mentioned something about, did you get some more Harry Potter prints for Christmas? I think you mentioned it, but I couldn't remember. And just interested, what ones did you get if you did?
I hope you do a video soon so that we can see the prints that you got. Yeah, I love staying at the Homewood Suites. I think it's a really good option, but I would one day love to stay at Embassy Suites. The Embassy Suites are the more upmarket ones to Homewood Suites, so I would really love to stay at Embassy Suites. Where did we go to stay? Oh yeah, we went to
you too. Enjoy, take care.
Enjoy.
Vina.
Bye. We went to stay. We stayed in the West Country recently over Christmas, and I really wanted to stay with someone that had a kitchen. But we couldn't find anywhere that had a kitchen, so that was really. We stayed basic. We stayed in a travel lodge. It was very basic. I have stayed in a more, but we went to France. I went to France with my mum. And the hotel that we stayed in was so basic, and it was tiny. The room was so small. I don't even know. And like at one point, there was like 4 or 5 people in the room, and I was just like, "There's just no room. There was no room to have people in our room, but they were all coming to see my mum." And I was just like, "Oh my god! Like, let's just go downstairs." Luckily, they had a canteen. In the hotel that we stayed at, there was no canteen, so you couldn't go downstairs and sit in the restaurant part or the canteen part, whatever you want to call it.
So Mark said, "Oh, now we're going to go on to Harry Potter slightly now, because Mark said, I like your umbrella you got off Santa." And Minnie said, "Yeah, I got a new Harry Potter print from Millalima. It's the Barrows, but from the clock in the home. It's really nice." What was
yeah, the clock. Yeah. It's so basically it tells the mother, like the Weasley's mum, whether the kids are in danger or if they're at home, or so that would have been from book 2, because that's when Harry Potter first goes to the Burrow, which is what the Weasley's house is called, the Burrow.
Now, going back to Kelly's umbrella. Now, I bought Kelly's umbrella, or Santa bought Kelly's umbrella. But Kelly's now wanting a second one because she wants one for show and one to actually use.
It's me being it's the high maintenance thing again. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I want one to use and one to keep. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. One to use, one to keep, in it. I bought all of these ones that use. A majority of them are doubles, right? Because I thought I wanted to buy one to keep and one to use.
She's talking about the Baileys.
The Baileys behind. So I've got 2 of the coladas, 2 of the birthday cake, 2 of the strawberry, 2 of the apple. The only ones I haven't got 2 of is the cupcake, the salted caramel, and the orange truffle, and the chocolate.
So Mark said, "Have you seen the new Harry Potter where the cast are meeting up?"
Yes, the reunion. Yes, I've watched it.
Minnie, have you watched that as well? Because I thought that'd be right up your street.
I think she did.
Oh, you did? Yeah, watch them. And also, Mark, did you watch the quiz?
Yeah.
Now, Minnie and Kelly loved the quiz. I think Minnie got most of the.
Yeah, she got most of
them right as well. Actually, Minnie, you should have been in one of the houses. You should have been representing Slytherin.
Do you know what I did?
They probably would have won it if you were representing them.
Last night, I ordered the pictured illustration book, the first one. So I'm waiting for that to arrive. I think that's going to arrive tomorrow. But during Christmas, or just should I say in the new year, I just ordered this. So this is the Box of Delights. It's a British book,
story.
British story, and it's something that was made into a little series, and it's something that when Mark and I were younger, is something that we watched after school. So I bought the book because I wanted to read the book. So that's for me to read.
So yeah, Minnie loved the quiz. Oh, Mark, no, you didn't watch the quiz. It was. I don't know, Minnie. It shows how good she wished she was representing Steve. You should have been, because I'll tell you something. That quiz was hard.
Yeah, it was
that
hard.
That was really hard. I mean, we were watching it, and then I knew nothing of. I couldn't answer any of the questions.
I think it was Slytherin and Hufflepuff at the end, wasn't it?
Yes.
Because I think Ravenclaw didn't get through, because I think it was Hufflepuff and Ravenclaw facing off each other. And I think they didn't get through. So I think it was Slytherin and Hufflepuff in the end. So yeah.
So Minnie, what's going to be your next purchase? Have you got anything you've got your eyes on? I know you've obviously oh, it was not that hard. It was not hard. She's saying, wow.
Oh, I thought it was hard when they were talking about the
films.
But
you're not as good as Minnie.
Clearly not. But yeah, I thought some of the questions were really hard. Like you had to guess something that was in the picture, like the Roman numbers on the Roman numerals on the candle and things like that. And I was like,
So did you guess the props, Minnie? Did you get those right? Because that was some of the bits as well. Those props were so different. They were so similar. Like the crown one with the.
I thought the sofa one was quite difficult, where you had to guess which sofa that the parents were sitting on. I was just like, what? And so there were certain things that I thought were hard. There were other things that I thought were quite easy.
Yeah.
So a lot of them were quite easy, but the harder ones I thought were, what was the sofa that the parents were sitting on? What was the diadem? Which one was the diadem that what's her name wore? And then what was the Roman numerals that was on the candle? And then there was one, the pajamas. Who was wearing the pajamas? The striped pajamas.
Oh yeah, the real close up of striped
pajamas.
Yeah,
of striped pajamas, and you had to guess who was wearing them. I thought it was Dudley, because it so looked like a Dudley pair of pajamas. And then there was something else you had to guess. I can't remember what the other thing was, but those were the ones that I found hard. The other ones, that the questions were okay. They were sort of relatively easy. There was a couple I did get wrong though, but yeah, they were relatively easy. But yeah, I just thought, oh, but I really enjoyed it. I'm going to watch it again because I really enjoyed it. Yeah, that was. I'm a real Harry Potter fan, and I like that they're doing quite a lot of things recently, because it was the 20th anniversary.
So Mark said, what was the quiz on? So it was famous. It was called was it something Harry Potter House, something Houses? What was the actual name of the quiz?
I can't remember what the name of the quiz was. Minnie might remember.
So basically, it was hosted by Dame Helen Mirren, and what she did, you had obviously the 4 Harry Potter houses. You had 3 members in each team.
Yeah.
However, the audience would each represent the houses as well. So they would ask each of the team questions, but then they would get extra points because they would have each would have like a little iPad that they would answer the questions on, and they would get extra points for that. So Minnie said, oh my god, the one where they ask who didn't say Voldemort, I knew it was the Professor McGonagall in the first movie book, and the girl said Hagrid, and the options I screamed at the television so much was were you like no?
But do you know what, I couldn't remember that either, but it's been but it was very tricky, because I feel like you have a lot of people out there who, some are really interested in the films, some are really interested in the books, and you get a rare people that are interested in both.
Yeah.
Right. But normally you're either good at the films or you're good at the books. It's very rare that you're good at both, because now with me, I prefer the books. Now, if you remember, Professor Binns was the one who told everybody about the Chamber of Secrets, not Professor McGonagall. And so it's very tricky when they were asking questions around that. So I felt it was a little bit unfair, and they should have made it very, very clear, I feel.
So Minnie said, I do have to admit the props one was hard. I do have to say, well, we really struggled with the props. You're looking at the props, oh my god, they are so similar.
Yeah.
There wasn't a huge amount of difference in them. Yeah, Mark said, seen that advertising, Dame Helen rings the bell. It was advertised a lot. If you've got Sky, it was advertised a lot on Sky, a lot. I thought it was actually shot in the UK, but it wasn't. It was actually shot in the United States.
Yeah. I think that they should, and also they mixed a little bit of Fantastic Beasts in, and I think that what they should have done was because Fantastic Beasts, there's going to be about 7 movies. Which is what Eddie Redmayne said. Eddie Redmayne said that J.K. Rowling's had seven books in mind, so 7 films in mind. So I think that Fantastic Beasts should be a separate thing at later date. And I also think they maybe should have done 2 sections. So you had one complete section which was about the books. So you had people that were more in tune with the books, and then they should have done a whole separate quiz about the films. And then you have your people who are that was their main, what would you call it, their main specialities. Yeah, so you have one whose main speciality was books, one whose main speciality was films.
Minnie said, but the girl read the books, but it still relates the book regardless, because it was for the first one and the details were closer compared to the others. Mark asked, was it Professor Bing the subject was? Bins.
Oh no.
Minnie said, yeah, I screamed at the television. I knew you were, because I knew you'd get the answer right. When she said it was also from my house. So yeah, it made me more mad coming from my house. Oh yeah, because it was Slytherin is your house, isn't it?
Yeah, so basically when Professor McGonagall in the film talks about the Chamber of Secrets, that's in the film, but in the actual book there is a ghost, and he's the only ghost professor who actually tells them about the Chamber of Secrets, because in Professor Bin's class in the book, everybody really finds his class really boring. They all fall asleep. He's very monotonous when he does his classes. And then somebody asks a question about the Chamber of Secrets, and he gets a little bit irritated by the question, but he thinks, okay, and then he tells the story of the Chamber of Secrets, and everybody livens up in the class. The first time anybody's ever been interested in the man's class.
Mark asked who played him.
No, they did. That's what I'm saying. He was never in the film. Professor Binns was never in the film.
Oh really? They dropped him?
Yeah, they didn't include Professor Binns. They didn't include Peeves.
Yeah.
There was quite a few teachers that they didn't include, I believe. I'll have to go back and read it, because I've ordered the book so I could actually read it again. But the illustrated one.
I was going to say you got loads of versions of it.
Maybe I want a different version.
Minnie just said that, yeah, he's not in the movie, just in the book.
Just in the book.
So,
maybe that's my high maintenance. I need another version.
Well, there you are. Now, I was going to ask you, so this is a question, to Kelly and to Minnie and Mark, if you read the books as well. Of the characters, if they said we're going to remake the films again, exactly the same, but with new cast, obviously, because they're older, but we will include one character that we didn't before in the previous books, what one character would you want above all others? So as the ones you mentioned, Bings, Peeves, the rest of them, what one would you?
For me, probably Peeves, because in the book, Peeves does cause some real havoc. And the scene that I really would have liked to have seen is Hagrid gets a baby dragon, right? So a stranger in a pub gives him a baby dragon. Norbert.
You both said Peeves.
Peeves, yeah.
Well, Mark said an interesting. Joan Collins wanted to be in Harry Potter, but was never asked. Is that true?
No, really?
Do you know what? There has been incidences like that. I was funny enough. I don't know why, but I was just reading an article. This is years ago, from actors who are talking about movies they really wanted to be in, but were never asked. Oh yeah, Mark. I've not read the book either, as Mark said. But I've seen the film so many times. But that was interesting actually, because and there's several incidences where actors have wanted to be in films but never asked. And apparently this one got me because I was really surprised at it. Daniel Day-Lewis, the actor who's won 4, maybe 5 Oscars, so one of the highest winning Oscars as well, he said, I've never ever chased a role. I've always been offered the roles and I've turned a lot down. But he said the one role he only ever chased, and I was shocked he chased this one, was for anybody that's watched Pulp Fiction, which I imagine a lot would be, is John Travolta's role.
Oh, right.
He really wanted that role. He read the script and said, and actually asked Quentin Tarantino, "Can I have this role?" And he said, "Well, no, I've actually earmarked John Travolta for it."
Right.
But I thought he's a better actor. But yeah, he went with John Travolta. But I was so shocked at that. Anyway, that's a little bit of trivia.
That revived John Travolta's career, actually, Pulp Fiction.
Yeah,
but anyway.
So and Minnie said, hands down, also the comic relief and just a little character stroke ghost I wanted to see.
Yeah.
Now, for those of you who didn't know, actual fact, they did shoot Peeves' character in the film.
Yeah.
But they never, ever included. And it's a British actor called Rick Mell, who's died now, unfortunately. But he actually played Peeves. For those of you who have not seen Rick Mell, I don't know if you know Rick Mell.
I think Minnie might, from Drop Dead Fred.
Yeah, Drop Dead Fred. He played Drop Dead Fred. Mark said Rob loves her, his idol, he told me.
The thing with...
Sorry, just before you go on, I don't know if you knew that Julian Clary, when he first came onto the comic scene, he didn't call himself Julian Clary, he called himself the Joan Collins Fan Club. That's just why.
Okay.
That was his act, the Joan Collins Fan Club. Mark said I love Rick. Yeah, I love Rick Mell as well.
Yeah, I love Rick Mell. I used to work with two guys, and they ran the Joan Collins Fan Club, by the way.
Oh.
I think one of them still actually runs it. I don't know about the other one, but yeah, they were partners, but they split up. And so I think one of I don't know if because they split up, I don't know if they both still run the club. I think one might run it than the other, but anyway. Yeah, the scene that I wish that they had included was when what's his name, Hagrid gets the baby dragon Norbert. They have to Norbert gets to a certain size,
right,
and they have to now try to get rid of the dragon. So they have to call Ron Weasley's brother because he works with dragons,
right,
to come and get the dragon. So they have to go to the top of the castle. They have to box it up and all of this. Somebody comes to have to, and they missed out that whole scene. So you don't get to see the scene of them getting rid of the dragon and things like that. And there were tidbits, in one of the books where Gilderoy Lockhart, where they do a Valentine's. They have a Valentine's Day. And they have all these cupids going to all the classes, giving out Valentines or reading poems and things like that. And you don't get to see that. And there's so many jewels that are in the book that didn't transpire in the film. Things that actually made the book, things that actually made you fall in love with the characters and see the hilarity and all of that. And yeah, you didn't get to see any of that.
Oh, I was gonna say, Minnie said, yeah, they did cut it. So yeah, Mark said, yeah, the fan club is on full demand. Joan Collins Fan Club, Julian Clary. Oh, I have to watch. Do you know what? I really used to like Julian Clary's stand-up. I thought it was really funny. Minnie said, I wanted to see that part 2, and Nerdly Headless Nick's Death Day Party 2. I wish I saw that.
And also when they actually play, but he can't take part in the Headless Hunt. No. Because he's only nearly headless. He's not quite headless, so he can't take part in the Headless Hunt.
Well, guys, we have been going for over 2 hours. I've got to say, I've been brilliant. I've really, really, really enjoyed the live today. I always enjoy the live anyway, but it's been really, really good today. So thank you so much for joining us. I think we're going to leave it there just purely for the time we've been going as well. Thank you so much for joining us again. Lovely to see you as always. Yes. It really is nice doing our live, so thank you. Really good to see both of you as well. We haven't seen you for a while, so lovely to talk to you as always. As always, that's it for Mark and Kelly's Trips, Tips and Things for today. We will be back Tuesday, 6 p.m. and we promise we will try to get as close to 6 p.m. as we always do on Tuesday, and then obviously the following Friday. As always, look after yourselves, take care, and remember, you are never too old to have fun. Until the next time, we will hopefully see you on Tuesday. Have a fantastic weekend. Stay safe.
Yes.
And we will see you next Tuesday. Look after yourselves. Bye for now.
And one more thing, Ivy, if you need any more help or you want to talk more about Florida, let me know. Drop me an email and I'll send you the same details that I'm going to send Vima.
And do keep your photos coming through.
Yes.
We always like to see those as well. And Minnie, please do upload some of this stuff because we would like to see some more.
Yeah, I'd like to see some of your Harry Potter stuff. So yes, please.
Although we can't talk because you've got loads to upload.
Yeah.
All right, guys, take care. Look after yourselves. Have a fantastic weekend. We will see you soon. Lovely chatting to you.
Okay, bye for now.